Sonya Madison, and welcome to Law Unfiltered, where I discuss current events and some of the legal implications. This week, President Trump announced a phase-out of the DACA program. DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, and it is essentially an executive order that asks federal agencies to exercise prosecutorial discretion as it pertains to deportation of certain immigrants. And to meet the criteria, you have to have been under the age of 31 at the time of June 2012, and that was when DACA program was implemented. You have to have came to the United States before you reached age 16. You have to have continuously resided in the United States since 2007. And you have to currently either be in school or be getting a GED or have gotten a GED or have been discharged from the Coast Guard or the Army. And finally, you cannot have been convicted of a felony or otherwise pose a threat to national security. So when Trump says, well, this program allows people to be in gangs and otherwise cause harm to American citizens, in fact, the program does not protect those individuals. Nonetheless, I do have to agree that I think the inaction of DACA was an overreach of President Obama's executive powers, because it does essentially reword legislation to define what is going to be considered a legal immigrant or at least someone who's lawfully here in the United States. And I do think Congress, it is time for you to either make DACA law or draft some type of immigration policy that further either expands what it is going to be the process to become legalized here, or if you're seeking to continue to make it even more harder, then that's what you think your constituents want, and that's what you think your constituents wants. But nonetheless, you have to do something. You are the legislative body. You have to then create law as it pertains to immigration. Now, this doesn't mean that I think President Trump didn't have unlawful motives. I mean, just based on a lot of his statements concerning Muslims, concerning immigrants, concerning minorities in general, I wouldn't put it past him to have used this to further that type of agenda. But nonetheless, I do think that when it comes to the law, it is the law of the United States to have Congress legislate and not the president. But let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much for listening, and I will catch you next time on Law Unfiltered.